Are you listening?
Like to talk about is things that nobody considers. What are some things that no one considers?
Okay, so what I mean by that statement, what the topic of that, I think I wrote a blog post about it before and maybe a TikTok or something. So I don't know if you know this, but
I don't.
moms really mom culture is very judgmental.
I do know that.
Yes. So a mom, what I meant by that statement and the things that I was talking about. So if a mom looks at another mom, it's like instantly evaluating what that mom is doing. Like evaluating, like, what do I do? Like, do I do that better? Like, what is she feeding her kid? What do I feed my kid? It's like instant evaluation as opposed to looking at the situation with empathy and being like, oh, for example, I see a mom pushing her kid in a stroller and the kid has a bottle of juice. And I'm like, ooh, like, you're going to give your kid juice? Let's say like years ago before I had Milo, I would have been like, I would never give my kid juice, just give them water, Sugar is so bad. So now as a mom, I would look at that and be like, oh, maybe, her child was dehydrated and that's the only thing they will drink. Maybe they're constipated and they're trying to get as much fluids in them as possible. Maybe like we give Milo juice now because we want to get through the mall without him like bugging us 24 like
maybe it was a treat for good
Legos.
behavior. Like it doesn't matter.
You never know. You never know. And so the whole thing about like variables that people don't consider is look at somebody else and instead of instantly just evaluating and judging what they're doing, being like, wow, their support system could be completely different than mine. Their financial situation could be completely different than mine. They didn't get any sleep last night. They don't have a supportive partner at home like I do. The list is endless. Their mental health could be completely different than mine. Their child's physical health could be, going through something that is difficult and stressful. Their own physical health, like it's never ending. So yeah, that was the whole thing about considering, like, instead of evaluating, look at it with empathy. Like what could be going on in their lives that we don't like to consider that. We look at somebody else and we're like, their situation is exactly like mine and they're making choices that I would not make. And so you suck, I'm better.
Thanks for listening.
Damn.